Tigers coming off a triple overtime home setback to Texas A&M. Their last time out, Nwoko high off the glass and gets it by Markel Sutton. And the Omaha transfer off and running. Nwoko off the top of the backboard on the putback. Galen Reed, no TJ Thomas, and also without the services of Robert Miller today due to a violation of team rules. Cats on the board. That's a good sign for LSU.
You got to create good, high percentage rhythm threes, both for he and on the other end, Chandler.
Yelovich inside, a big at the start, ultra important for Kentucky. Didn't take its shoot around here in Nashville yesterday. That had a lot of people talking on social media. Yelovich will keep him talking.
The shot, so his ability to get to the rim is huge.
McKinnon, quick trigger, all net from deep.
I think that matchup right there. Wonder, is his confidence high?
Chandler baseline. Delivers the skip. Yelovich, early heat check. And it's good. Reese will play the two-man game. Sutton, the response.
Defensive rebounding opportunities for LSU is Kentucky tends to get chasing and doesn't communicate well defensively.
Nwoko probes. Throws one up, bailout whistle. Diabate on the floor for the first time. He comes in as well as Brandon Garrison. Owe off the screen, navigating right side of the paint. Easy this time of year. When March arrives, you are hanging on by a thread. Reese inside. Well, his confidence has grown, taking over for the touch for Williams. Well, he was playing some good basketball before the injury. Garrison inside. Cats by two. Bo snuck in for the help side D in the block. Open three from the corner for King, and King splashes home a triple. See if they set up a play for Williams. He was directing traffic. Instead, it's Owe, the mid-range.
It's a simple little screen.
Get it back. Jasper Johnson on the floor.
In a way, LSU is creating the pace that Kentucky should be able to thrive with. And these quick hitters, that's the way you want to play if you're Kentucky.
9 points, 5 rebounds to start. Whipping around to Williams, his first shot, and it's good. Nwoko against the smaller Johnson. Second time today he's gotten the whistle. He'll shoot two.
And they're just going to force him to play over the top. Backside's got to be there when they recognize the mismatch.
He had a double-double against Texas A&M in triple overtime. Jasper double team. Yelovich trips over. Nwoko. Could have been 3.
Whoa.
And it was. Well, you asked for it. Diabate, the brilliant spin. The rejection by Tamba. Yelovich tries to rip it away. And the held possession goes back to LSU.
Very disruptive for a potent team like Kentucky.
First foul on Diabate. Tamba the hesitation. Up and under. Gets it to go and was hit hard after the LSU at this point in their first and only meeting 52 days ago. Off and running in Baton Rouge. Nwoko delivers, 1-point game. Lexington at the same time as tip-off here today.
And if you're Mark Pope, you're seeing some options that you need to start to go to, and those are going to be quick hitters. Max McKinnon.
McKinnon's got 5. After the 3 by Chandler, he'll get it back. Alan Chandler probing, up and under. Chandler delivers. Bounce. You're looking at Kentucky expecting the Cats to push it a little bit, right?
They're not, although they're still getting where they want.
McKinnon. Outside the skip. Now Sutton. That's a 3. No, they'll say it's a long 2. Sutton had a foot on the line. 32-28. Aberdeen. That's it. Stolen. Aberdeen. Kentucky. Nwoko, no. The reverse, no. Nwoko, yes. Aberdeen short. Bucket by Nwoko stopped a 9-2 run for the Cats. McKinnon the reverse. The rim was protection. Injuries certainly have piled up. And then also fatigue has been an interesting use of words the last couple of weeks by Mark Pope. Garrison inside.
Actually using Garrison in a handoff situation, and he's able to clear enough space to make a play.
The launch. Sutton out of the Raptors. Under 4 to go. Entertaining start in Nashville. The SEC men's tournament. Carter. The quick follow-through delivers the 3. First of 4 games here in Music City today. Aberdeen. The handles. Denzel Aberdeen. 7 of the last 9 points by UK. Outside to Chandler. Reese wanted the foul. Looks towards. LSU jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Here came Kentucky. Led by as many as 9. And a foul. Aberdeen's going to shoot. To so many coaches this year, have that size and length means everything in this conference. Garrison, and quick delivery.
You know, his left shoulder right hook. I mean, that
extent leading by 6. Shot clock is off. Jalen Reese weaving through traffic. Big if it goes. And it does. McKinnon. Yelovich tried to work it inside. These two teams have played a lot of close halves this season. Yelovich. And the box out by on senior day. Game that Pats were competitive after the Gators created some separation. McKinnon, 1-point affair.
And that's what average.
Instead, it ends up being 2 the other way for Kentucky. And now with possession. Away from 15.
Wow.
And perhaps now a spark. McKinnon comes up short. It'll ping pong around. And McKinnon to go today. Coming back from the broken foot, he has been incredible in his return. Nowoko bumped on the way to the rack. Aberdeen in traffic. He'll get the roll.
So then he makes a play.
Game that has been very crisp. Reese, the floater. It's the spin. Now to King, finds a way. LSU back in front. Williams, no. Owe, aggressive on the glass, no. Diabate, yes.
Effort and energy plays help alleviate.
Diabate's been so efficient this year in a multitude of ways. 3 fouls he's working with today. McKinnon will get the bounce. He used every inch of the entire second half. Opted against it that time to Garrison. Cut by Aberdeen, and a great pass. Somehow got it to Sutton. He'll go to work. Sutton's been held in check so far until now. So Sutton with 9. A response. A lot of time left. Diabate, the handoff to Garrison. Too easy.
Oh, if he gets to his left shoulder and his right hook, it's tough. You're constantly living up to the expectation if you play for Kentucky. But you have to match the effort with the expectation, as they have the last couple of possessions. Like, personnel identification is an issue. Like, he's a guy you got to be concerned with.
Diabate, the answer.
Right.
Diabate with 7, McKinnon the other way. And McKinnon a chance for 3. He has been relentless in this second. 8.5 minutes. 8 of 9 going back to the first half. A lot of numbers, and McKinnon. Props to Matt McMahon as well for having his guys, this team ready to go. Garrison missed the dunk. How did that happen? Free throw shooter. Sutton picks up his first. Shade under 5 points per game this season.
Oh, you see it.
And it feels like that it is. Buckle up, as you like to say.
You say that a lot.
Follow through. Chandler right in the kitchen of King. And now here's the hot hand, McKinnon. Wow. That continues.
Wow. He's just off his line without the ball.
Owe bottled up by King. Garrison thinking about a 3 and delivers. His 3rd 3. Of it, wisely so. Garrison again. Yes! Now it's Aberdeen. High off the glass. Throws it to Tamba. Outside to Carter. Tamba taps it to himself. In traffic. Early in the shot clock, Tigers have missed their last 5. Here's Owe. No problem.
So
Nwoko lowered the shoulder, offensive foul. Grab the board. Lead at 10, Nwoko position. And swatted out by Garrison. There he is again. Sutton is short. No look dash. Garrison is there. Florida, the #1 seed in this year's SEC tournament. And McKinnon in slow motion off glass.
I'd be challenging teammates for that.
Stephen Pearl's going to be challenging his team against Josh Hubbard in our second game in a similar vein as Owe. It in by Joe Lenardi, our ESPN bracketologist. As it stands now, Auburn currently the first team out. Sutton right before the buzzer, and he comes up.
That's a special dude right there.
Yeah, we talked to him yesterday. I said, what happened in that first? Marino, one more. Lead at 10. Now 11. LSU.
It's a possession. Let's replicate it.
Do you have to say yo in front of it?
I do.
Nwoko, strong, powerful into race, big if it goes, and it does not. Tracked down by Sutton, hesitated, he'll get it back again. So here's Chandler. Diabate, not really his game, and Kentucky fortunate off the leg of his season high. The lob too high for Owe. An opening for LSU. Jalen Reese high off the glass, making it rain.
All right, bigger than you know. Little momentum in their favor.
Owe sensing that. Owe connects. Goaltending to call it, dropped anyways. That'll stop. Aberdeen a little shake and bake, penetrating. And an offensive foul. McKinnon hit the deck.
They're also going to review, and I think
huge possession for LSU, trailing by 5. Bucket makes it a 1-possession game. Lob Nwoko. Right passes.
Just couldn't get the rebound.
Owe. And it's good. Scored 83 by himself last night. Former Kentucky great. Now it's Reese. Response on the other end. 14. Some big free throws here. Clutch.
Katie, if they're pressuring, we need help. Key is getting the basketball in bounds from Kentucky.
2 of 2
players are out. I think you can't say enough about what that means, but also the response from the guys. And we are lucky to be a part of this game, but it's hard to see that happen.
On the Plains.
You know what I would want to be for Auburn? I would want to be the dude that gets to be.
Man, Jalen Reese, just a freshman out of Orlando, pressed into starting point guard duty at the end goal. Add one more to the tally. 80.
I think it would be a different story if Brandon Garrison had been in more in the first half, because his defense lifted the entire team, particularly with his communicator. That too.
Off the miss, 87-80. Time winding down. King will do what he can with the left hand. And off the glass. It up. 87-82 the final score. Big Blue Nation advancing to tomorrow to face the Missouri Tigers after the conclusion of Game 1 of this year's SEC men's basketball tournament.
What people don't understand is how close we get to be to these programs, but not just the programs, the people. Someone like Matt McMahon, you wish him the best. And God bless the team that fought through a lot of injuries and really competed throughout the entire season. You can't say enough about how close.